Hello traders, happy ween and welcome to the market forecast. This is the market forecast for the week of October 31st, moving into our first week of November. So, in this video, what we hope to highlight is the best technical setups that we are eyeing up and looking to take in this upcoming week, as well as some fundamental drivers that you need to be aware of moving into this week. So, without any further delay, let's get right into the video. Hello traders, so here we are on our slideshow and let's get right into it. So for this week, when we're looking at our fundamental drivers, of course, this is the first week of the month, so we have to be aware of NFP on Friday. Besides that, on Monday, we have some 10 a.m. USD news, 11:30 p.m. Australian dollar news, and just again to remind you, all of these times are in Eastern Standard Time. So on Tuesday, we go into the day, 5:45 p.m. NZD news, Wednesday, some 8:15 USD news, 10 a.m. USD news, and 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. USD news as well. So a lot of USD news on Wednesday and obviously Friday. So Thursday, all day OPEC JMMC meetings and GBP news at 8 a.m. Besides that, Friday, of course, 8:30 NFP and as well as some Canadian dollar news. So personal spending in the US increased 0.6% month over month in September of 2021. This is following an upwardly revised 1% rise in August and above market forecast of 0.5%. It reflected an increase in $63.6 billion in spending for services, and in September, namely healthcare and food services, as well as communication services, is what I was finding online. So besides that, the Eurozone money markets have increased their rate hikes even further, now pricing in more than a 90% possibility of a 10 basis point increase in interest rates, which is actually quite interesting, especially when everybody was saying that the banks would be pushing this off until at least December, and we didn't even have to consider this until September. But now they're going back on their word. Let's see, now that we know what the Eurozone's doing, if the US is also going to respond in a similar manner. We know the US controls the USD controls 80% of all Forex transactions. So while the Eurozone does have some sway, of course the US is going to have some more sway. That's what comes with being the reserve currency. So back to oil news, OPEC Plus lowers 2021 oil demand growth prediction to 5.7 million barrels per day. And this is very interesting, the fact that they're expecting a lower demand for oil with the higher oil prices we've been seeing. I would expect that there is a higher demand for oil, not a lower demand. But it's very interesting to see that. Maybe oil is overpriced now. Just things to consider. Besides that, 2022 inflation in the Eurozone is expected to be 1.9% versus 1.5%, with 2023 inflation expected to be 1.7 versus 1.5. So inflation is ramping up. There is some news that we need to be aware of in terms of the longer term picture, but still when we look in the short term in terms of this upcoming week, we're going to keep a risk on market sentiment on our perspective because there's not a lot of bad news going on right now. Just some things that may happen in the future, right? But we can't control that, so we're going to react to that when that happens. So to keep on with our risk on market sentiment, that means expectations are higher for further economic growth. If you are a newer viewer of this series, and for our Forex traders, that means the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, euro, and pound can be seen to appreciate, as well as indices globally. So we'll hope that we can continue with that risk on market sentiment. Now let's move into our technical setups of this week. So here we are on silver, XAGUSD. We called this resistance fractal out for you guys 2 weeks ago, and I just wanted to show you how we hit that level with just a pin in this wave, and we've since retraced. This looks like it may be forming a cup and handle pattern, but I don't really trade those, so I'm going to keep my eye on support and resistance levels that I know have worked for me. And this is obviously our first resistance. We're probably going to bounce off of support and retest that level in the near future. Moving into our cryptocurrencies, I wanted to quickly look at synthetics and then we'll go back to Ethereum. But synthetics, if you got into this trade around this level, you'd still be in profit. We did not hit the stop loss because the stop loss was set below this support fractal. So this is still an ongoing trade, and I think we just had a little bit of a shakeout in the last couple of days. Ethereum, we smashed through the resistance fractal that we initially bounced off of right here with this wick I showed you guys in last week's video. We smashed through that yesterday, and we're going to have a very nice close above it today as well. We're recording on Friday. So this is absolutely something to keep our eye on. Ethereum is just over all-time highs right now, and obviously so is Bitcoin. So we're going to hold these numbers, see how much we can push it. My price target on Ethereum is around the $6,200 level, all the way up to the $6,800 level. And of course on Bitcoin, it is 72,000. So now let's go into Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin, last week we called out for you guys two possible wave counts, right? The black count and the red count. The black count proved to be invalid because we broke that low, right? But that means our red count worked out perfectly. We actually, it was not set, it was set right here initially. All I did was move it over, but it actually went down to the pin that we were looking at. So that's fantastic news in terms of Bitcoin. And we've obviously kept on moving up higher since then. Once we take out this local high, my confidence will go up. And once we take out this all-time high that we just made a couple of days ago, obviously I would be very, very convicted in my position on Bitcoin, but I already am now. So this is just confluence in the future. Looking at EURJPY, I'm just looking at this obvious wave count that I spotted, a 1, 2, 3, 4 wave. We're looking at wave 4 right now to catch us into wave 5. We're going to look for a price pattern around this level right here, or just to break out of this resistance line if you're looking for a more conservative trade entry. But I'm going to be keeping my eye on this for now. Moving into GBPJPY. GBPJPY is another very clear Elliott wave count that I can spot, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. As you guys can see, this is one of my preferred setups. What we're looking at for confirmation on this trade is a breakout of this wedge that we have formed, and that'll be our confluence for the trade. If we retrace farther, it's actually more of a confluence, so we can knock off those Fibonacci relations in wave 3. Moving into NZDCHF, the pair that has done so well for us the last 2 months, I've identified us in a flag right here, still in wave 5, so my expectation is this is just a quick corrective move, and we're going to move back higher and take out that last high that we made, so it would be a good trade either way. Either way, I am bullish on NZDCHF. So traders, thank you again so much for watching this video. We really hope you enjoyed and pulled some valuable insight out of this video in terms of the technical the technical setups that we went over and the fundamental drivers that we also looked into. If you enjoyed this video, all we ask is that you please like and subscribe to all of our social medias, because we're releasing content every single day across all of our various platforms, and we're going to be coming out with more videos on our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe here as well. As always, on behalf of everyone at Funding Talent, happy Halloween and happy trading.